What's going on, YouTube? This is Mike Brown, aka Panda Man, and I am here with
Tony Salazar.
And what you do today, baby?
I got first after Swiss with Floowandereezes.
All right, let's look at the spice.
Okay, so this so we're playing 2 Robina.
Go ahead, flip around for me.
2 Robina. You don't want to clog on it. We also run 3 Eaglin because it's better. But then I also run this one as a tech as well.
Okay.
So these obvious. Then one of each. It's really standard. 3 M pens. Some lists run 2. I think 3's correct. You want to see this card. And I understand that some of your games that you break, it's because you drew too many of the big birds. So to like, I guess kind of mitigate that, I cut the avian. And I think that justifies adding this because avians doesn't really do much. It's like it's a single omni negate, and like most people want it so they don't get evenly. But honestly, if you get evenly, just keep Dreaming Town.
Right.
And then it doesn't really matter. So, and you need the 3 so you can push for game.
I've seen you kill a bunch of people today just by some of
with triple M pen.
Yeah.
In a grind game, it's really important because, like, let's say if you do get evenly, then you only have 2, and if you only ran 2, then you only have 1. So, I think 3 is mandatory. My friend convinced me to play the 3rd, and he's right. Ryza, because you have to. No other attributes. The only hand trap is 3 Ash because we're not losing to branded like that.
Gotcha.
It's the most generic hand trap, so you have to run it. For the spells, the 4 maps, 3 Advent, and then 2 Winds and 2 Dreaming Town. I think these are correct because, like, M-Pen always searches this, but you always want to have access to the other one. So the way you get that is like by playing 4, there's a chance you open one of these, so M-Pen can search the other one that's missing. So if you open this, M-Pen searches this, or if you drew this, M-Pen can search this. Now your trap is also a removal. So it just makes the deck crazy. This card is insane. You don't like in the grind game, it comes up a lot against trap decks. It comes up a lot, so you can tribute their back row. And like honestly, like a lot of times when people side lane like Cosmics for the matchup, they really just want to hit this or the map. So I guess having a backup's really good. So you don't have to like rely on Toucan to get it back. So way you can draw into it or have your M-Pen search it. So I think it's really good to play multiples. I know I've heard some people running 3 of it because it's that good in this format. It's that important. But I haven't played 3. I haven't tested 3 yet. But I think 2 is absolutely mandatory. 2 of them came up a lot. Or seeing it more often came up a lot.
Gotcha.
And then for like the non-engine, it's just the rest are just all spells, non-engine. Consistency cards, 3 duality, 3 prosperity. These are really standard for the deck. I don't run 2 extravagance. This deck has the biggest problem with this deck is that it bricks. Once the engine is going, there's very few decks that will actually beat this deck in an engine-to-engine fight. So you need to play the game. I think the only deck in the game that can even come close to beating this deck, engine to engine, is probably just Runic going uninterrupted.
Right.
And even then, like Runic will like banish your bird, so whenever you normal summon a bird, they just give you a free card. So it's I don't know. I think you just have to. Your deck should just focus on getting to engine as much as possible.
Did they conflict at all? Prosperity and extra?
They did not. So I didn't draw them together that often.
Right.
In theory, as well, like if you open both of them, start a main phase 1, active extravagance at the Ash, because you can either hold Ash for a bird and hope that they just normal summon bird and that's their turn, but that relies on them not having map or not drawing Advent or something, so they can like Advent, banish a bird, normal summon a bird, and keep just chain block forever. So, or you can just Ash the card is guaranteed to draw 2, and if they do that, you can activate Prosperity.
Right.
So, in theory, this shouldn't conflict that much, but they never actually came up where they conflicted in tournament.
Okay.
2 books, just a Duck Veiler and Perms. Also good going second card. Called by because I'm not losing the roll, or a well-timed hand trap, and 3 Dark Ruler. The best going second card, I guess, for the format. It could be evenly, but I think Dark Ruler's probably just better.
That's fair. But you're playing in that side deck because we know you don't care about the extra.
My extra deck was just mostly sprite cards. I love that deck. Sprite best deck. The best card going first. Cited in almost every game. Just against trap decks, you don't really want it. Shifter. Also really good first or second against decks that lose Shifter. I didn't cite this in against the Runic Sprite decks because if they build their Runic Sprite list correctly, they'll just play Mannequin Cat in the side. So they're just gonna summon Chaos Hunter, and then not only did your Shifter do nothing, you floodgated yourself because now you can't activate a lot of your cards. So I just didn't. It mostly just cited for non-Runic Sprite decks. Cosmic. For the Runic Sprite decks, for Floodgates, for back row decks, Bell, because I can't run Bestials, and it's just generically good. Two Lightning Storm and Harpies because I hate back row decks. This deck's worst matchup is back row decks. Like too many Floodgates you can't play. So you just gotta. I think this deck just needs to focus on hitting the back row decks. Like in theory I have 9 cards for Lab. Hit the big welcomes, hit the Floodgates, hit the back row generically. So. I think my list would survive the back row decks pretty well.
So you think this is airtight? Was there anything else that you wanted to change or something you want to try out playing today?
Try out playing it today. Not really. I think this list is pretty optimal. I don't think there's many changes I would make. Some people might argue to main deck Shifter.
Right.
I don't like main deck Shifter right now. Like it might steal game ones against the Runic deck, because they won't have Chaos Hunter in the main.
Right.
But I feel like in some matchups it doesn't do anything. Like against trap decks it doesn't do anything, which are your worst matchup. Against Branded it might not do much, because sometimes Branded can just play through it. Against Kashtira, which is a very popular deck in the meta, it doesn't do anything at all. I guess technically the Mirror, but this deck isn't represented enough to really worry about that.
Right.
I think it's just a better going second. It's just a better games 2 and 3.
Okay, that's fair. Any shout outs before we get out of here?
Shout out to my boy Thomas Newman. It was his list. Me and him have been talking about Flu theoretically for Nats, but I don't think I don't think we're playing this at Nats.
Yeah, we are.
We are?
Probably.
Do I have to?
You don't have to, but it's easy.
It is easy.
See you later, bro.
Shout out to Galaxy Busters for hosting. Great tournament as always.
Maybe. Get back into the game.
Shout out to my locals back home. All Star Sports. I think that's it.
All right, awesome, man. Appreciate you. Thanks.